This is state of the nation now, where all that we talk about is in the immediate of what is happening in our lofty and great nation, Nigeria. Let's make Nigeria great. Let that become our slogan. Let us make Nigeria great. Trump is saying it in America. You be a Trump in Nigeria. Let's make Nigeria great. Part of what is going to make Nigeria great is this analogy that I am going to give to you as Nigerians. I am going to show you something that is very, very, very vintage. It is a vintage vehicle. Let's take a look at this Peugeot 404 that is going to come on air right now. Fellow Nigerians, this vehicle you are looking at is a Peugeot 404 Saloon. This car was manufactured in the year 1962. In other words, this car is 62 years old. I am sure more than 120 million Nigerians were not born when this car was in existence. And that existence was not in 1962 that I'm running an inference to. I am running an inference to it today in 2024. In 2024, this 62-year-old vehicle is still moving on the streets of Abuja. Fellow Nigerians, you might be wondering, what are you talking about? What I am saying to you is, this car has seen a lot of care over 62 years. 62 years. And look at the sheen, look at the color. I will even get a closer shot. Aha! This is what has been happening before. Those were the days, if your car does not start, you go in with a bar and crank it from the front and the car will start. That shows you how old that car was. Not these days where you have automatic shift and all the rest of them, all electronic. It was close to being totally manual. This is a car you can fix anywhere. And this is a car I want you to look at closely and reason with me, reason as a Nigerian. How come this car has lasted this long? If you look at the license plate, which I am going to show you, it is an Abuja license plate. It is an Abuja license plate. The car is still in existence. The car goes around to buy fuel in Abuja. But the thing is, what story are we learning from this vehicle, this vintage, I like to use that word, this vintage vehicle we are looking at? This car is the way it is because somebody took care of it. Because somebody maintained it. Because somebody loves it. The man that owns this car is late as we speak. Because for him to have bought this car in 1962, it must have been maybe 20 or 30 years old as at that time. But the thing is, the car you're looking at has been through a lot of care, a lot of maintenance, and a lot of love. That is what I am telling you, my fellow Nigerians. Let us look at this vehicle and create the same love for our nation, Nigeria. We need to create love for our nation, Nigeria. It's only necessary. Nobody is going to do it for us. We have to do it for ourselves. That is why I am saying one thing. We need to go in tandem with the government of the day. Some months back, some school of thought were saying, oh, this administration is not doing enough. This administration does not know what it's doing. This administration is running us aground. But the same doomsayers that were saying this 30 days ago, or maybe 60 days ago, are having a change of mind now because things are beginning to pick up. Naira is beginning to catch up with the dollar. Our refineries are beginning to come online. The private refinery in Lagos, the Dangote refinery is oncoming. Port Harcourt refinery and Warri are loading and oncoming. Those are the things I am talking about. Those are the factors that goes in tandem with that vehicle. That for it to last that long, for Nigeria to last long, we all have to care, we all have to maintain, we all have to love Nigeria. Our President Bola Bakare, that we usually call PBAT, is doing his bit, his best, with his team, most especially his economic team. And what he's doing, we are beginning to see gradually. One thing that is wrong with us is, we make more noise. But when things are beginning to go better, we keep quiet. For God's sake, let us be patriotic Nigerians. His economic team, the likes of the Cardosos, the Edos, they are doing their work. Let us give them a chance to do their work. I keep telling you, as an average Nigerian, there are instances when all those languages they use in economics, in law, in engineering, most of us do not understand it. And basically, and when you don't understand, don't start putting forth ideas. Leave the professionals to do their own bit. If a lawyer tells you caveat emptor or what the situation is sub judice, do you know what he's talking about? Nothing. That is his professional jargon. In economics, they talk about monetary policy, fiscal policy, and all the rest of them. Most Nigerians, I can categorically tell you as a fellow Nigerian, most of us do not understand whatever they are saying. What we understand is everyday life. But it is those words we don't understand that takes care of things enough to make it happen. Let me run you an inference to one of the best brains in Nigeria, Professor Wole Soyinka. Professor Wole Soyinka was asked a few weeks back, what do you think of this administration? I like people like that. Positive thinkers, patriotic Nigerians. He said, I will not talk at this administration yet. Give me 1 year and I will talk. For God's sake, let's copy the brains that we have. We should copy the brains that we have. Nigeria is going to be a better place. It is on us to make it a better place. And when the president says he is going to do a renewed hope agenda for us, the onus is on us to believe him because we voted for him. His job is not an easy one. My inference later that you, a man that runs just 4 or 5 people, your wife and your 2 kids, we are having a hard time doing it. Mr. President is not having an easy time. He's thinking about 200 million people and how to make 200 million people happy. Did you remember we say, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. I doubt if the man can sleep. But you and I, everyday people, we have our own rights. We say things the way we feel, but for God's sake, let's give this administration a chance to make Nigeria a better place. And I am throwing this at you as a Nigerian. What are you bringing to the table? Are you bringing positive ideas to the table, or are you running Nigeria down? For God's sake, let's give Mr. President and the Kadosos, the Edons, to do the job of maintaining, to use my analogy, maintaining that 404 vintage vehicle for years. Because Nigeria needs care, Nigeria needs maintenance, Nigeria needs love to make her great. And honestly, like the word goes, we are in this together. Never mind the weather. I am your host, Bola Bakare, and this is your program, State of the Nation Now. Thank you for being part of it.